Hello. I just wanted to take a quick little time out here to go through a deck that you've probably seen or at least heard of, the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey Demarco. I recently received this deck, and I've been waiting for one. It's a moon deck. It's a moon cycle, moon phases deck that actually gives you the opportunity to work with the deck or with the moon on a day-by-day basis. And I just wanted to show you quickly what it is that I'm doing with the deck and how I've found that it's working for me. I quickly am going to walk through. This is a Rockpool publishing deck, and that's what the box looks like. It does have a nice little guidebook that goes along with the cards, and it is an oracle deck. I'm not using it quite in that way, but each card does have a little explanation and kind of a affirmation that goes along with it, so you could definitely use it that way. And I think we're all familiar on how to use an oracle deck. You know, you can just either do a quick pick, you can do 3 cards, you can do a spread anytime. This deck is unique in the fact that it does go through each of the days of the cycle of the moon, which is actually like a 28-day cycle. And the way I've been using it is I have a just a picture holder set up, and I have the whole deck just sitting here like this. And for each day, I happen to flip to the next day, which is a new day in the moon cycle. And with this deck, you do have keywords, which you can find in the book, and read up a little bit on what it is, the energy surrounding, you know, that day, that phase, that cycle that you happen to be in. So when you start, you're going to start with card number 1, which is going to be, I guess, the day before the actual new moon. So that's the void. That's the part where you don't see anything except for a shadow around the moon. It's an introspective day, a day where, you know, there should be a lot of silence and going within, because you are getting ready to start with your manifesting your intentions that you want for the next cycle that's going to be coming, which is the new moon. So that, you know, there's the keyword beginnings. You know, as you go through each card, and each day you can flip a card. So after that new moon phase would come, you know, the waxing crescent phase. And then you go through the waxing crescent cards. And I think there's going to be, usually the phases run 7 days. And as you see, each one has a beautiful picture, keyword there at the bottom. As you get to your 7th day here, you're going to start hitting your first quarter moon phase. It says right up here. And the keywords, I think, are pretty spot on here. If you have a problem with the keywords on this deck, on any deck, you know, feel free to use some washi tape or a removable sticker and make your own keyword. It's really that simple, you know. If people get hung up on keywords, they don't like the way they look, they don't like the text, they don't like what the word says, you can change it very easily. Put your own little description on the card and tailor it to whatever it is that you are looking for. This, I've been just using it for now about a week, and I really do like what this is bringing up each day. If the words are not resonating with you that you see, I encourage you to, and if you are not already into moon cycles or keeping a moon journal or a journal of any kind, I've started using a bullet journal for everything. I put it all in one spot because I'm not one who, likes to have 5 different journals for what's going on in my life. It's too hectic, too chaotic to keep up with each one. So I've put it all in one little notebook, and I've even incorporated this moon deck into that part of things as well. And it's really very simple. I'm just cycling through the cards, and so you can just get an idea of the artwork and the words, the keywords that are on there. It's a beautiful deck. It's done really well. The phases, I don't know if you can see, but the phases are listed right here in a small text, and then the keyword underneath. So here we are actually today. This is where we're in the waning crescent on the 5th day, getting ready for a new moon to come up. So I have these a little bit out of order. So the next one would be this dark moon and the new moon. And there are cards that have different moons, that are supposed to kind of represent the new moons, the full moons for different cultures, different ways of being represented by, like Native American. And I think whatever it is that speaks to you, whatever you feel, maybe whatever the sign is, whatever, feels right, you can use that one as your full moon for that month. This is the harvest moon. This is probably the most appropriate for the next moon that's coming up. Actually, I think that might have been September, October. So, yeah, these I think are just used. There's also Queen of the Moon if you're working with feminine aspects of the moon that month and you want to tap in. There's the masculine. But, if you are using this the way I'm using it, which is not as a oracle so much, but it's actually to follow the days of the moon. The way I do it is each day, like I said, I'll just flip, and they're in order. So the next day is going to be, like I said, the dark moon that's coming up next. But today we are in the waning crescent, and peace is the key word. So it's very easy to, this is my bullet journal. I'm just going to pass this through here. So if you've never set up a bullet journal, I, really recommend looking through some YouTube videos on how people set theirs up, because everybody does it differently. It is actually it's just a regular notebook that I got at, I think, Home Goods, and I turned it into a bullet journal. Your very first page should be your index for anything that you want to put in there. And the way I have mine set up is I do my weekly spreads. As such, I just set up the week before, and I start on Monday and I go through Sunday. So for what I do with the moon cards, here you'll see I put the waning crescent, which is peace, on here. There is a corresponding page for that, which will give you an affirmation, and it'll kind of tell you, what the overall vibration is in relation to that phase of the moon. So what you can do is go ahead and journal under here, If you want more room, you can make these, you know, these bigger, these boxes bigger, and see what comes up for you. And follow this through for one whole moon cycle, 1 month, and see what comes up for you with these cards. These will give you prompts, so it's something to kind of work with, and then see what it is that you actually feel. Write it down and keep a running journal diary, and see how that can help with, you know, your moods, your energy levels, your manifestation, your intentions. So this was just a quick little, wanted to come on here, show you this deck. I really find it very much what I needed right now, what I was looking for. And I'm going to keep doing this for a little while to see how it works for me. So just wanted to share that with you, and my battery is running out. So thank you so much for watching.